Hi, I'm Christine, your beauty expert. So today's show is all for makeup artists and beauty influencers. So with my tips, I will train you on how to have the best masterclass for your clients. There's so much to do before to plan and prepare. So I have so many tips for you today on how to do that and have a successful masterclass. So when you have a masterclass, of course, it starts with preparing. You want to prepare for the big day. So that could be, a couple of weeks in advance getting all your tools together. So when your client comes in, they are sitting at a station that is right for them, and it's like a space that they can literally work from. So I'm going to show you a few things that you need to know to have set up for your client. Okay, so first of all, what I like to do is have a mirror available for them. So having a mirror that sits up, it props up, is really nice because they're going to be sitting there hands-on and going along with what you're teaching in your lesson, but they need a mirror. So it can be a mirror that is easy to travel with. So this mirror I purchased somewhere at like a display center, and it folds up. And what's great about this is it's easy to travel with. So it's like a leather bound, rounded, like it protects the mirror. It snaps, and then you twist it around, place this in here, and then you can snap it back together. So what I love about this mirror is that it actually stays up on its own, and it's easy to travel with. So let's just say you put together a kit and you have all of your supplies in that kit. You need lighter, less bulkier items. So this mirror is perfect for that. On the back side, it's leather, so the mirror stays protected. And this is a great way for your client to sit there and do her makeup. Next thing is have a placemat. So placemats are really important because this lets them know that this is their area that they can work in. So they're not all over sitting here and spreading everything there. They want to keep it within their space. This placemat was, oh gosh, it was a couple of dollars for a pack of like 40. And this is a pretty big space for that person. So this should be all the space that she needs. If you have a smaller table, then you can, there's shorter ones, shorter placemats that you can do, but this is a really ideal size for a placemat for anybody that's doing their own makeup at their table. You can, buy a print or buy a color, whatever your theme is, but you can pick that out. And then, or you can just do plain, it's up to you. At their placemat, they should have, of course, their mirror. They should have a water, so that way they can, take a sip of water throughout the time, welcome them with the water. And then there should also be a place card. The place card, this is just a plain piece of paper, and I cut it in half, folded it, and I placed a sticker on this. She put her name on either side. But she'll place this card out this way, and then that way, if I'm teaching the class, I can see names. Say maybe somebody brings a friend and you don't really know the name off top, you have a place card for them. But if somebody else is talking to them, they would look at their place card too, so it's familiar. So place card is really important to have at their station. I also recommend that you have a cup or some type of holder for their brushes. Clear, acrylic, no glass. Think again, you want something very lightweight to travel with if you're taking this on the road or you're doing it at somebody's house or at a hotel. You definitely want something lightweight. Next, at their station, or this is a more shared caddy, there's a caddy. So I like to make sure that there's always Q-tips, that there's spatulas. So if you have product to demonstrate, then they have spatulas. Let's see. Sanitizer, hand sanitizer is really good. I like lavender. Some people don't like a lot of scents, so maybe get one that's unscented. It's up to you. There's also water, just a clean water, fresh water bottle. So if they are removing something and they need water. I also like little hair bands for them if they have a lot of hair and they need to pull it back or pull it up. Another item is like a hair clip. These you can get like at Sally Beauty Supply or something. And these are great because it just kind of tucks their hair back for them if they don't want to pull their hair up in a ponytail. Also have some tweezers. Tweezers are great to have, so if you're kind of giving a little eyebrow demonstration, you don't want to tweeze their eyebrows unless you're an esthetician. But you can tell them, you know, if you want to tweeze your eyebrows, get rid of these two hairs and then help them out, and they can go ahead and do that. Just make sure you wipe these down with the alcohol wipe after each use. An eyelash curler, because there's a lot of women that have straight lashes, short lashes, and an eyelash curler, and make sure you have fresh eyelash curlers and they're clean and wiped down. I would invest in about 2 to 3, or you can have a little bit of a alcohol spray and you can wipe it down. Also a sharpener. You need a sharpener, and then have a double pencil sharpener as well. So one for the tiny pencil, one for the thicker pencil. A lot of women, I'm not surprised anymore, but a lot of women don't have their pencils sharpened, and then they probably aren't using their product. So I have a cousin, she came in and bought a lip liner for me like 20 years ago, and she came back like a year later and her pencil still wasn't sharpened, and she bought it like a year prior. I was like, you never used it? So yeah, the pencil sharpener habit. Eyelash glue. I keep a clear eyelash glue and a colored eyelash glue, and this one's dark, but it's good to have if you're doing a lesson or your objective is to try to teach them how to do eyelashes. Another item that you should have in your caddy is sponges. It can be a regular sponge. These are easy because they're just disposable, but it's always nice to have it just in case somebody doesn't have a sponge, because you don't know what their makeup bag looks like. So you want to make sure that you're ready and nothing holds up the class. Another item is cotton pads. These are great for eye makeup removal, if you're doing any skincare and you're showing them how to use a toner, if they need to buff off bronzer, and maybe they put too much foundation, cotton pads are great. And then a brush cleaner. So a lot of the women sometimes don't have their brushes really clean, or they have color from a previous like eyeshadow they were using. So make sure that you have some brush cleaner for them. Disposable wands, because it's crazy, but a lot of women have old mascara, and if you have a fresh mascara, you can always give them a mascara wand to use with the mascara that you have in your makeup box. And then little eyelining brushes, a lip gloss applicator or a lipstick applicator, just in case, you know, your customer comes in and she's used to wearing nude and you want her to wear a color, and from your makeup box use a disposable to show them something that would be great with them. So it all depends on your objective, but these are great basics to have at your stations that are shared among everybody. So I like to have a little caddy that's just handy and able to keep it, and then the table shares it. Something else that you need, of course, is tissue. Tissue, like this is a perfect example. Oh, it's all gone, last one. So don't just have one box of tissue. You need multiple boxes of tissue with the masterclass. I can't tell you how many times halfway through the tissue's gone. Okay, so baby wipes. Baby wipes are the best because they just wipe everything down off your hands. You know, they're just easy. They don't remove, you know, a lot of makeup, because it's not a makeup remover, it's just to clean. But this is good if she has excess powder on her hand or you're trying colors on her. Just a baby wipe is good to have. So the next thing I like is the makeup remover towelettes. These are Neutrogena. I mean, I could use the Neutrogena ones or the ones from Target, the Up and Up brand. But these are great because if she has already has eye makeup on and just needs to lightly clean up her makeup before she starts her own makeup for your class, then this is great to have. Another thing to have on hand are the Wet Ones wipes. These are antibacterial, so they're great to remove just about anything if they're playing with foundations on their hand, and it does sanitize, so if they don't want to use a spray sanitizer for their hands, they can use this. This is probably going to be more cost effective and quicker. And then this takes a while, it sprays, but it has a really great spray to it. But this is definitely a hand sanitizer. So either one, I like to have one of each though. Just make sure that they don't spray this on themselves. This is actually perfect, like if somebody's coughing and like sneezing and they're like, oh my gosh, they're sick, you know, spray the air and kind of sanitize the air a little bit. I know that we've done that in different classes where I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody brought a friend and she's sick. And it's okay, you know, I just don't want to get sick. So this is great to kind of sanitize the air too. And it's very lightweight. I got these at the Daiso store. It's like Daiso. It's a Japanese $1.50 store. And these are just alcohol-free light wipes. They're not antibacterial, but they're kind of like, they're just a smaller pack. There's 40 in here, and it's an alternative to a baby wipe. So I like these as well, and they're very lightweight. And they don't really have a smell to them, so it's kind of nice. If you're doing a skincare, like you're gonna teach them how to do good skin, or they're gonna go home with fresh skin and it's really not a makeup lesson, but a skincare lesson, like a pamper yourself kind of skin lesson, a mask. So these are really great to go get at the store, and I always encourage them to do it at the class because you're engaging with them at the same time and you're showing them how to use it and what the benefits are to it and why they should mask, and then you become the expert because you're really teaching them how to do good skincare and how to, in what order to do it in. And it's also just kind of fun and engaging, you know. So maybe, you know, have a glass of wine with them and, you know, have them do this. It's girl time. So this is if you're doing skincare, but have a mask ready for them. If you're teaching them how to do eyelashes, you can have them bring their own lashes if you like, but I think that it's just really nice if you provide the lashes for them. So there's some lashes that you can get wholesale or that you can buy them, you know, in bulk. These I bought individually, but they're great lashes. They're Blink lashes. I have a ton of them. But I like the way these work, and I like that there's different sizes. So what I would recommend is that you buy about a dozen lashes and then show your clients how to do that. I mean, you can have a class based on just how to do eyelashes. They are coming in and you're teaching them about color, makeup, contour, highlighting, just in case they don't have their palettes of makeup. I mean, I have so many clients that they have a lot of makeup or they don't have enough makeup. Always have makeup there to show them. So it doesn't mean that you're selling them makeup. I mean, if you want to sell makeup and that's your objective, that's fine. You know, have the colors that you're selling, but have the makeup so you can show them in reference what you're talking about. So if I were having a class and my objective was to teach them how to do a bronzer and a blush, then I would need to show them what tones I was talking about. So this is going to be to bronze, and this is going to be a blush, and this will be a highlighter. And it gives them a visual eye on what you're talking about. When you're teaching, you want to make sure that you're teaching them so they understand and it's not going past them. So when I say, oh, you know, a mauve eyeshadow, I'm just saying mauve because my mom says mauve. This is the mauve I'm talking about. It's like a soft pink plummy color. She may have a different idea. Her idea of mauve might be a brighter pink. So when you're being really specific on colors, have something to show them so they understand what you mean. So I want to do a smoky eye. So for me, a smoky eye is grays and blacks. For somebody who is just starting makeup, smoky eye might be this brown on her and with a lot of eyeliner, you know, so you want to make sure that you're teaching them and that they're getting it. When you are explaining how to do an eye, you can actually color in a chart for them. So, I mean, I just did this really quick, but you know, it's basically an eye shape and an eyebrow. It's very basic. And I just had this printed up on my, like a resume paper. So the next sheet I have here is concerns. Like, what are you using now? Check, like, if you use it. And then if they don't, you know, you'll need an educator on that. This is a good telltale sign on what she's using and how you can correct her skincare. Okay, something else I like to have is this. So it's a little stand for your phone. Let me grab my phone. So it's a little like this, basically could hold any phone, but you can, you know, put your phone on it. If they want to record themselves, they can record themselves, but this is great, don't you think, just to have this set up and they're just, you know, able to have their phone there. They can take a selfie if they want. At the end of the class, like, you want to make sure that they take pictures of themselves. You want them to post this on social media. Like, this was the best beauty masterclass and I had it with so-and-so on Instagram. Like, book your appointment. She's amazing. I learned this, this, and this. And then have them post it. So these are kind of cool. You can get these for like anywhere from $2 to $5. Okay, the reason why I have this is you need note cards. index cards make the biggest difference when you're having any type of seminar, a class, a training, whether you're doing a video, you're doing, you know, a blog, anything. Notes are important because this is your reminder on other things that you need. So I'm just going to name off a couple of other things that you need for your class, okay? Because this just totally reminded me. I mean, I just forgot a couple of things. So this is why you need this. So take notes, keep these cards. These cards should be so old and raggedy by the time you have your 10th class because you went through these and, you know, you checked them off. So with the supplies, a pen, a notepad. So a pen so they can write down items here or notes or questions. A notepad so they could take notes on your tips because that's so important. You want to make sure that they're taking notes because they're learning something from you. So they can take notes on the back of their skincare or their chart, whatever you do, but just make sure that you have a pen and paper there ready for them to take notes. A marker, maybe to highlight if they need to. Let's see, mints. So mints are great to have at the table. You don't want gum because you don't want to hear chewing. And you don't want like loud candy where you hear crunch, crunch, crunch. You don't want. So music. I like music because music is a great way to have them do their like 5-minute eyeshadow when you just gave them their makeup chart, and then they have music like playing, which is kind of cool. You just play a little bit of something soft. You could play something fun. Don't make it too edgy. Just make it fun, and put some music on low, and just so you've got a little bit of background noise and everybody's having fun. A Beats pill or like a small speaker so that you can just connect with Bluetooth. Trash cans. You need trash cans. That is so important because when you are going through and cleaning your face off and using tissue and cotton pads and Q-tips, trash can. So have one trash can at the end of a table. So imagine this is their table and they have a chair and they're sitting here. They need a trash can here and then they'll need a trash can at the other end. So trash cans are important, and if you have your station, you need a trash can by your station as well. So something small and light, something easy to tote around, a sign-up sheet. I love sign-up sheets because this lets me have their email address, their phone number, and then who attended. So it helps me keep organized with what class everybody took. So a good touch to add is flowers. So have flowers at the table or at the front table. So if you're at the front of the room and you're teaching a lesson and you have your own makeup box, and you also have your table, make sure you have some flowers there or something like that and make it look really pretty. If you have a table where you have selling space, so I'm selling makeup bags, I'm selling eyelashes, I'm selling whatever it is, make sure that you have that space pretty. So buy some flowers, some fresh flowers. Go to Costco, go anywhere and just get a really pretty vase. Flowers always make it so pretty. So one of the supplies that is really important is your makeup box. You are a makeup artist and so you have a ton of makeup, and usually you have a makeup box that's for your clients, and then you have like a makeup box for your personal items. But this makeup box should go with you to every event, because if your client comes in and she doesn't have the right foundation on, you need to correct her foundation. That's the whole lesson. You know, whatever your lesson is, you should always have that tester or that sample so she can try it and she's learning. There's nothing worse than her coming in with her dark foundation or too light of foundation and you say, oh, that's too light, that's too dark, and then you don't have one to correct it so she can see it. You're not trying to sell her that foundation, but you should have those colors ready and available. So I like this makeup box because it actually has wheels on it. It is heavy because by the time you add all your makeup. So if I'm talking about using a pink lip gloss, I should show one if this is my seasonal look for spring, or if I'm doing a pop of color, I need to show them the example. So you want to give the lesson, but you also want to show by example. Same with showing these eyeshadows, it's showing these. Make sure you bring that to your beauty masterclass as well. It's a lot to carry, but make sure you have your makeup box. So heavy. Ugh. Sometimes you need assistance. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'm Christine, your beauty expert, and leave a comment if you recommend any other supplies that you use for your maybe trainings or something like that. Please like this video and share it with somebody that you think could, that wants to learn about how to have a beauty masterclass, and then subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.